The three growth goals that I focused on were physical movement, previewing strategies, and reflecting on learning. I chose these three because I feel like they're they're just things that I should be doing, and they're things that I feel like I kind of do a little bit of, but don't focus on enough. And I've realized this year that students can't, especially with physical movement, students can't sit in one seat for an hour long and then do it again and again and again. So I really wanted to find ways to make it more fun and add some movement in there. And then reflecting and previewing just kind of over the years of, I've only been a teacher for, this is my 4th year. So over the past 3, I feel like those two things would make such a difference in my students' learning and their test scores. And I just kind of wanted to try it out and focus on those 3. I think that with physical movement, I was kind of already doing some things to make it more fun. Maybe not necessarily them standing up to stretch, but adding games and adding ways to get them up and moving and stay interested in the topic and in the lesson. But reflecting and previewing definitely was a lot more work that I needed to put in for the topics here. My pre-survey results, pretty interesting to see some of them. Some of the questions I knew were going to, the students were going to say, no, she doesn't do this. And it was also interesting to see some of the students who I know just love me in my class. They chose strongly agree for all of them or almost all of them, even if I wasn't doing it. So a little bit of bias there, but it was really interesting to see what they thought of me in my class and those strategies at hand. So the questions were really good in the sense of showing me kind of what I should do and how I should go about implementing these strategies. So for physical movement, like I said, I kind of already do some of the things. I do games and I do try to make it fun, as fun as math can be for a middle schooler. But I want to try to implement more stand up and stretch, take a break for a minute, or go walk around the room, grab this, do something where they're just moving. I think it'll keep them more alert and awake and just ready to learn, get focused again after a little minute or 2 break. I also feel like I do implement games pretty often, but I think I could do it even more. And even just more hands-on activities, whether it's a game or not, but something where they're using manipulatives and really getting into the content, not just sitting there writing on their paper with a pencil and answering questions. So then with previewing strategies, I would like to focus more on, hey, have you seen this topic before? What do you know about it? Because I don't think I've done that enough in the past. And I do have students sometimes who are like, oh, I remember this from last year, or, oh, my older brother did this and they taught me how to do this. So it's cool to see them kind of previewing it on their own without me even prompting it. So I would like to put some effort into actually doing that and actually making it, putting some intent behind it and making it a thoughtful process. And then reflection, I feel like at the end of every class, it just goes by so quickly that it's like, okay, you got to get out and go to your next class. I want to try to be more intent on saving those last few minutes and not rushing to clean up and to get out and go to the next class, but really focusing on, okay, what did we learn today? And then the next day coming back and saying, what did you learn yesterday? Because it's so easy for these kids to forget. And I mean, after a weekend, I'm like, oh, what am I teaching on Monday? So I get it. As an adult, I understand that. So for a child, it's got to be way harder. So I really want to focus on what did I do correct? What did I learn yesterday or today? What did I do correctly? What could I improve on? And just having me ask them, having myself ask the students these questions, and also them talking to their peers about it. I think that would be a great way to get them more involved, collaborate a little bit, and to really reflect on what do I know? What am I confident in? What do I need help on? And yeah,